Welcome! I am the Moonshine King. And the Oscar nominations were released this week. Shall we see some of the controversy? One of which is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman was brought to the forefront. Forbes hashtag Oscar 2018 as a movie that had a positive impact artistically, financially, and culturally. Wonder Woman was robbed of a Best Picture animation. Now I responded to this with, it wasn't robbed of anything. LOL. 22 likes and 1 retweet. That might be a record for me. But it is interesting to see. Yes, lots of people talked about Wonder Woman last year. It is her debut movie on the big screen. One of the first female superheroes, certainly of this generation, for us to see in a movie. In her own movie. As said on BuzzFeed News, Wonder Woman came out earlier this year, and much of what the film was lauded for also featured in other movies. It is interesting, isn't it? Wonder Woman faced tough competition from 2 space operas from Disney. Still, it was one of the year's most talked about films, and it's a surprise it was completely overlooked. For now, Suicide Squad will continue to be the DC Cinematic Universe's lone Oscar nomination and win. Of course, Suicide Squad won an Oscar for Best Costume Design. And it was good, despite the flaws of the movie. Killer Croc looked great in his costume, with his makeup. But can the same be said because Suicide Squad won? Does that mean Wonder Woman should win? I mean, yes. They had good set designs, good costume designs, but still, there were lots of competition, and furthermore, superhero movies generally are very overlooked, and they don't win Best Picture at all. To say that Wonder Woman was robbed, I think, is silly, because most do not. The Dark Knight trilogy never won any Oscars from my recollection. Why would Wonder Woman? Just because it was talked about doesn't mean you will entitle you to an Oscar, you know. But Forbes seems to think so. Lots of movies are artistic. Lots of the biggest movies that make the most financial success do not win Oscars. You know, a lot of the Oscar winners and nominees are not even well known to the masses generally. But of course, there have been some surprises, such as the Boss Baby. I feel disgusted to say it, but the Boss Baby has been nominated for an Oscar for Best Animated Feature, going up against Coco and Ferdinand. And of course, this has been very interesting to people. Boss Baby, out of all the animations that came out last year, this is what gets a nomination. And Ferdinand. Now, I will be honest, I have not seen Boss Baby. I have no desire to have seen it. It is not to my taste, shall we say. But I am very surprised a movie like Boss Baby could be nominated. Maybe that is why some people have a problem with Wonder Woman. But Wonder Woman is not an animated movie, of course, and I feel perhaps if it was anything but animated movie, Boss Baby would never be nominated for an Oscar award. Of course, another highlight has been Logan, the first live-action superhero movie nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. And here, BuzzFeed even acknowledges that despite superhero movies being so big the last decade, they have been entirely overlooked at the Oscar categories. Heath Ledger, rest in peace. It has been 10 years since he died, I think the other day. So I hope we remember him greatly, and we have done, for his amazing role as the Joker in The Dark Knight. He, of course, won Best Supporting Actor for that role, but there is very, very few exceptions to this. But this Logan has been the first time a live-action superhero movie has been honored for its adapted screenplay. So there has been a move forward in this genre. R-rated, acclaimed, just as Deadpool was acclaimed. It did very well financially by the critics and by fans. Any more surprises? Well, talking of big movies, Star Wars, The Last Jedi had 4 Academy Award nominations. They were sound editing, sound mixing, best original score, and best visual effects. Now I must say, I commented on this original score, really, and 13 likes I got and 1 retweet. I must say, original score is a little ridiculous. The Star Wars theme has been around for 40 years, and the new scores in this movie and The Force Awakens, I must say, has been very disappointing to me. There is nothing that stands out, nothing I remember. Okay, one, Kylo Ren's theme, his entrance theme, it goes doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Only that, but that is hardly a score. A little motif, perhaps. But other than that, I really think they should not be up for Best Original Score. Anything that was new was forgettable. Completely, I think. And, okay, sound editing and sound mixing, whatever. I guess you could give them that. But best visual effects, you know, I'm sure there's been better movies last year. But it wasn't bad looking for the most part. So I have no problems with the other 3 for a nomination. But for Best Original Score, I don't think so. Not this time, anyway. Let's have a look at all the nominations. Or a quick overview. Best Supporting Actress, Mary J. Blige for Mudbound. You know, nothing other than Mary J. Blige, nothing really stands out. Of course, he's a famous hip-hopper. Best actor, we got Daniel Day-Lewis, Gary Oldman, Denzel Washington, and Daniel Kaluuya from Get Out. Very talked about movie also, Get Out. And then Timothy Chalamet from Call Me By Your Name. I have not seen this. I know nothing about it. Best supporting actors include Willem Dafoe. Best director, Del Toro, Christopher Nolan, and Jordan Peele. Dunkirk, The Shape of Water, Get Out. Original screenplay, we have Get Out again, Shape of Water again. Adapted screenplay, Call Me By Your Name, The Disaster Artist, Logan. Best animated feature, other than The Boss Baby, Breadwinner, Coco, Ferdinand, Loving Vincent. None of those really stand out to me, honestly. Boss Baby, because of how absurd that game is to me. That title, he would have fought it. Best foreign language film, A Fantastic Woman is one. Best documentary feature, Icarus, Faces, Places, Last Man in El Apello. Best production design. This is competitive. Beauty and the Beast, Blade Runner, Dunkirk, Shape of Water. I think this is a category Wonder Woman might have been able to be nominated for, except Wonder Woman, Dunkirk, does it really deserve it more, I wonder. Best cinematography, Blade Runner, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Shape of Water. Very popular, it seems, with the Oscars. Best makeup, Darkest Hour, Wonder. Not woman, just Wonder. Again, makeup and hairstyle, possibly. But I don't think it was sublime. Who else is up against Last Jedi for best score? Dunkirk, Shape of Water, Phantom Thread, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing. I think Dunkirk has a good chance for this. But if Star Wars wins, which I doubt, but if they do, I won't be up in arms. I just don't think they deserve it this time. Best song, Mystery of Love, Remember Me, Stand Up for Something. This is Me, The Greatest Showman. Again, for sound editing, Blade Runner, Dunkirk, Shape of Water. 3 popular films for this. I'm sure each will win some Oscars. A couple, or at least one. Baby Driver, also critically acclaimed movie this last year. Visual effects, Kong Skull Island, War for Planet of the Apes, Star Wars, Guardians of the Galaxy, Blade Runner. All 5 very mainstream, popular movies last year. Most people would recognize these titles, so most people would be attracted and interested in this one. But it makes sense. Best visual effects. These big Hollywood movies will gain the masses, that gain all the crowds and the money, probably would have the best visual effects. Then we have animated shorts like Garden Party, Negative Space, Revolting Rhymes, documentary short, Heroin, Knife Skills, Traffic Stop, Best Live Action Short, The Silent Child, 11 O'Clock, The Culp Elementary, My Nephew Emmett, Watu, What All of Us. So I wonder to you, what do you think should have been nominated for a movie this year? Do you agree with the nominations. Do you think Wonder Woman was robbed of a nomination? Do you think more superhero movies, more big blockbuster movies should be nominated? Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me all your crimes. Tell me what movies you enjoyed last year, which actors, which actresses, which sound editing, which scores, which makeup deserves Oscars. Tell me if you like this video, then like this video and subscribe. Farewell, my munchies. Take care, my munchies.
Thank you.